Lee Min-ho is one of Korea's most successful actors. Known for his performances in Boys Over Flowers, The Heirs, Legend of the Blue Sea, and Pachinko. His career has been filled with major achievements, but behind his success lies a personal story of pain, resilience, and acceptance. Before becoming a global icon, Lee Min-ho faced a tragedy that would change his life forever. A serious accident left him with injuries that nearly ended his career before it even began. For years, he avoided speaking about the experience in detail, but recently, he shared his personal journey of recovery and how he learned to accept what happened. This is the story of how Lee Min-ho overcame one of the darkest moments of his life and found a way to move forward. The accident that changed everything. In August 2006, long before he became a household name, Lee Min-ho was involved in a serious car accident while traveling with his close friend, actor Jung-il Woo. The crash was severe, resulting in the loss of 2 lives. Both actors survived, but sustained critical injuries. Lee Min-ho suffered multiple fractures, including heavy checkmark, a broken femur thigh bone, heavy checkmark, a fractured ankle, heavy checkmark, serious knee damage, heavy checkmark, a shattered wrist. He underwent multiple surgeries, and doctors inserted a metal rod in his leg to aid his recovery. For months, he was unable to walk. The physical pain was overwhelming, but the uncertainty about his future was even greater. At the time, he was just an aspiring actor trying to establish himself in the industry. The accident put everything on hold. He later admitted that during this period, he questioned whether he would ever be able to return to acting. The long road to recovery. Lee Min-ho's rehabilitation process was long and difficult. He spent months in the hospital, followed by extensive physical therapy. Walking again was a challenge, let alone performing in front of a camera. As an actor, physical movement is crucial. Action scenes, long filming hours, and constant travel require endurance. The accident left him with permanent injuries that still affect him today. Even after returning to work, he had to carefully manage his physical condition to avoid further damage. Years later, when he enlisted for mandatory military service, he was classified as unfit for active duty due to the lasting effects of the accident. Instead of serving as a soldier, he was assigned to public service work. This was a reminder that, no matter how much he had recovered, his body would never be the same. The mental and emotional struggles. The accident was not just a physical challenge, it was also a psychological battle. Lee Min-ho later revealed that coming to terms with what happened was one of the most difficult things he had ever faced. For years, he avoided talking about the accident in detail. When asked, he would briefly acknowledge it, but quickly move on. It wasn't just about the pain. It was about accepting that his life had permanently changed. At the time, he focused all his energy on rebuilding his career. He pushed himself into acting, taking on roles that required intense dedication. His breakthrough came in 2009 with Boys Over Flowers, and from that point forward, his career skyrocketed. But even as his fame grew, the accident remained a part of his story. He had to learn to live with its consequences, both physically and emotionally. The turning point, acceptance and growth. Over time, Lee Min-ho began to see the accident not just as a tragedy, but as an experience that shaped him. Instead of avoiding it, he started to reflect on how it changed his perspective on life and work. In a rare interview, he spoke about how the experience taught him to value every opportunity. He acknowledged that, had things gone differently, he might never have been able to act again. That realization gave him a sense of gratitude that influenced the way he approached his career. I don't take anything for granted. I know that nothing is guaranteed, so I try to give my best in everything I do. Instead of focusing on what he lost, he focused on what he still had. The ability to pursue his passion, connect with audiences, and tell stories through acting. How the accident shaped his career. The accident changed Lee Min-ho, but it also shaped the kind of actor he became. He became known for roles that required strong emotional depth, such as The King, Eternal Monarch, and Pachinko. He developed a disciplined approach to work, always preparing thoroughly for his roles. He chose projects that challenged him, pushing beyond the typical romantic lead roles into more complex characters. Even in action-packed dramas, where physicality is important, he found ways to adapt. While he still performs many of his own stunts, he is careful to avoid unnecessary risks. The accident also influenced his personal outlook. He has spoken about appreciating life more and understanding the importance of perseverance. Final thoughts, moving forward with strength. Lee Min-ho's journey is a story of resilience. The accident could have ended his career before it began, but instead, he fought his way back. The recovery process was long, painful, and mentally exhausting, but he refused to let it define him. Today, he is not just an actor, but a symbol of perseverance. He continues to take on new challenges, exploring roles that push him beyond his comfort zone. His upcoming drama, When the Stars Gossip, is yet another step in his evolving career, proving that he is always looking forward, never backward. Lee Min-ho's story is a reminder that setbacks do not have to be the end of the road. With determination, resilience, and a willingness to adapt, it is possible to turn even the most difficult moments into fuel for growth.